All right, and welcome back to another amazing episode of the Movie Spreadsheet. And today I am tackling Eenie, Meanie, and I'm going to do it very quickly. Like I said, under 3 minutes from the previous video. So here we go. Let's show you the number line across the bottom or maybe somewhere on the side. Who knows? I've got the wheel that I'm going to spin at the end, and you can see all the choices that could potentially be up on that wheel, which I'm very excited for. And I'm going to give you a rating, a ranking, and a quick 1 to 2 sentence review about this movie in the first 2 minutes. I think I might have said 3 earlier, but let's speed that up and make it 2 because wow, this movie freaking sucked. So let's just start with that and give us an overall score of 2.55 out of 10. Pretty bad, making it movie number 347 on the spreadsheet. You can actually see it up here on the spreadsheet. There it is, Eenie, Meanie, number 347. You can see the movies around it. This is in the bottom 10% of all the movies on the spreadsheet. And let me just say, the wheel giveth with the monkey, and the wheel taketh away with Eenie, Meanie. And that's what we've got. We got a little bit of feast and famine action here. 1 to 2 sentence review for this movie. Wow. I mean, when you advertise this movie is about a car chase or about car chases, then call me crazy for expecting to see a freaking car chase in this movie. That's what I've got. I honestly wouldn't waste your time with this one. It was slow. It doesn't have any car chases, and the plot is kind of boring with an ending that doesn't make a ton of sense. Now I'm going to spin this wheel. This will be the next movie. Something good. Oh, I got to go back to AMC and catch something in the theater. So let's see what that's going to be. That's it for the first part of this review. The second part is filled with spoilers, and it also won't be very long. So if you want to stick around and check that out, awesome. If not, catch you in the next one when I go to AMC and see something there. Okay, here we go. This is the second part of the review in which I have total freedom to ruin the movie, talk about whatever I want to talk about. And honestly, there's not much to ruin because there's not much going on. I'll keep this one short because, again, there's not much going on. And I'll say from the very opening scene, I felt almost immediately like I knew I was going to be disappointed because when she gets pulled over, driving her parents or driving her father and her stepmom or whoever the woman was in the car, and then they immediately cut to 10 years later and they don't show the car chase that followed that left her dad paralyzed. Why? That would have been such an awesome opportunity to open the movie just like, I don't know, Baby Driver does, and it just doesn't. And I guess that's kind of what I was hoping for. I was kind of hoping for like Baby Driver, but with like a woman driver who's got like some history with a guy. That's what I was hoping for. And that's not what we got at all. Instead, what we got was The Phenom. And The Phenom is definitely a movie that you probably have not seen. It's a movie about baseball. It was a guilty Walmart purchase for me. I have this nasty habit of buying movies I've never seen, but it's got a picture on the cover, like in the middle of an MLB stadium. I'm like, wow, okay, is this going to be like For Love of the Game or Bull Durham or Field of Dreams or any of these movies about baseball that I don't freaking know show baseball? Well, The Phenom doesn't. I think there's like one sequence in the movie where the guy's pitching. Now, anyways, I've digressed away from the topic, which is Eenie, Meanie. Eenie, Meanie, there's so little driving. And you've advertised it to be driving. And then the movie progresses onward very slowly, right? And I will say, I think Samara Weaving and Carl Gusman are really good in this movie. I just don't think that they're working with a lot. But so as the movie progresses, we get introduced to Marshawn Lynch, who's now like been in 2 movies I've seen in my last like 5 movies, which is an insane stat. And then finally, we get like what would be the ultimate final end of the movie, which we're assuming is going to be some kind of car chase. And I thought where this movie was maybe heading was like The Chase. And if you've seen that movie from the mid-90s with Charlie Sheen, also check out the Charlie Sheen documentary on Netflix. It's crazy. But that movie's all about this elongated chase with this woman and this guy, and they end up like growing together and like, I don't know, having a relationship. Well, this movie was set up for that, and it just doesn't do that at all. And still, in the end, what you get is her killing John, which was crazy, and then going to, I don't know, whatever that guy's name was, and telling the story in the house. Like, what? No, this movie failed at doing what it advertised it was going to do. And because of that, it receives a terrible score that it receives. Now, that's really all that I got. So remember, like, subscribe, comment, share. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back next week with a movie I've gone to the theater and seen. All right. Catch you next time.